What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and this morning we're doing a little bit of day trading. We're trading, baby. We're back. It's Hawaii. It's time to party. We're going to be trading a couple stocks off of the Trade Ideas scanner this morning. I'm going to break it all down for you guys and show you the trades here live in real time, all the action. Let's do it. Let's go. What's going on, guys? So it is currently 3 a.m. in Hawaii, and we're going to try to do a little trading today in the simulator just to get back up and running, getting the systems going, getting my heart back to that level, and we're going to see what's going on today. So right now, I'm looking at this couple of different stocks on the Gapper list this morning using the Trade Ideas Gapper list, and we've got Eeiq, WAFU, Atnf, and we've got MX that are basically, the top movers right now, and then that NEXT as well. See what we can find out about these different stocks. There we go. So ATNF, we can look at that one. You can see here ATNF is showing that it's got 9.1 million shares in the float. So we know, number one, that it's a small float, right? That's a telltale sign of a small float having 9.1 million shares. So let's take a look at ATNF here. That was a stock that we looked at on the Gapper list this morning, and we'll see what we get here. ATNF right now at that 950 area, kind of watching that support there. Now for ATNF, really what I want to see here going into open or for the breakout really is above that 1020 area, or kind of like this area, 1025 area. As you can see, those yellow lines basically are support there at the 950s, and then that resistance here at 1020. And you're probably saying, well, what does it matter about resistance, right? Why does the resistance matter here? But if you look, it's very clear to see that we've got 1, 2, 3, a lot of these candles getting stuck here at the 1020 area multiple times, right? Multiple times. We had this little fake out, this little bull trap here as well. So if we can get above that 1020 area, I'd be interested in buying for a possible break, to the $11 area from there. Really just looking at that whole $11 area. Pre-market high so far was this morning $14.75. So we know there's an upside here. We know there's plenty of room for this to run if it can get going. The volume kind of increasing this morning. You can see that huge spike this morning at the 7:45. And right now, you can see those volume bars kind of showing us volume since about 9 o'clock, getting some volatility here. So we'll be looking for a break on this stock at open above 1020. That would be bullish, and that would tell us that their bulls are still in control after this big move this morning up there to the 14.75 area of the pullback all the way down here to almost $7. So almost a 50% drop from that high and pulling back there. And really, that small float is what we're focused on right now. And let's see what's going to happen. Now the market is open. It's 9:30. And let's see what can get going. All right, so we're pushing up already to that 1020 area. I'm going to look to buy here. A little bit of a pullback. Look for like a small pullback here. So that pushed up, kind of got stuck. But we're going to buy there at 1011 and see if we can't get a squeeze up here above that 1020 area, right? Like we're doing right now. So that's that first 1 minute candle of the day. Had a little bit early of a buy there, but I think it still has potential. You can see the volume coming in here, setting up for a squeeze and wanting to push up there. I think 1040 will be our target here from that 1011 buy. And we'll see if we can get into the green here. 1014 pushing up there right now. Let's see if we can get going here. There we go. Looking for 1040 or higher on this. 1040 or higher. Looking for that push up here. Need this candle to push above this 1030 area to show us that the bulls are in control, and now we're going to get stuck right there. And let's see if we can get this squeeze up. Having trouble right there. Remember that 950 area is our final line in the sand. The line in the sand for this support area. And we'll see if we can't get a push here above 1040 now. Just not wanting to get up there currently, but volume still looking good on our side. Volume increasing big. So we're still setting up for a squeeze here. Let's see what happens. Can we get moving? There we go. perfect. 1050 now. Looking to sell half there as we pushed up above that 1040 was our target. And we'll look to sell the rest into the squeeze higher. And we got basically looking to, hold this for a push up there to the $11 area, which we already identified earlier as that kind of next resistance. Really got 1080 area being our next resistance here. So we'll give it a second, see if we can't squeeze above this candle being 1060 and get a push up above the 1060 area. Look to probably sell like another little bit here actually. Let's see, 1050 if I can push up here. Watching 1060. I want to see 1060 break literally right here. I need to see 1060 break. No 1060 break there, so we're going to sell another quarter, but we'll still hold 250 for our break even being 1010 if we can't hold. So if we get back below 1020, we'll get out for that break even here if it just gets stuck and doesn't want to go. So we got 250 shares left right now, looking for a squeeze above 1060. If we can't hold 1020, we will jump out of it. Looking like we're having trouble there, watching 1020. I'm going to jump out there. It's just not wanting to get through there, and that might be a little bit of a fake out. That 1050, 1060 area, that's what I was really looking for, that 1060. I want to see that 1060 area break here. And as you can see, we got that pullback. So momentum shifting to the downside here as we're showing that resistance again, kind of in that 1050, 1060 area on this. So this is really just like the resistance here that we're want to stay away from. So right now, Atnf, we'll see what happens from there. FEDU is popping up there to the 210 area. Looking like she wants to get going here a little bit. Let's see what happens on this one. Making a big move from the $1.78 up there to 210. But we'll give it a little bit of time. Kind of watching the scanner right now. We got these stocks that are popping up on the scanner. FEDU and Root and BSMX right now to keep an eye on. But also definitely keeping an eye on Eeiq here as well. It looks like it was halted. Big push up there and halted now at the 1969 area. So we kind of missed out on that move. But you can see the problem with this is the volume is still very low on this move. This morning, at open, bam, bam, bam. First candle of the day, we only had 39,000 shares traded. So that was one of the reasons that I was kind of more focused on ATNF. But you can see ATNF, that 1020 area was that fine line in the sand, just like I said. And now it's halted to the downside and gapping. I want to say gapping down, but dropping from 1024 down there to $9.15. So that was the reason, if we couldn't break above that 1060 area, we really should be thinking like, hey, it's time to think about getting out of this. And that's exactly what we did. So we locked down some profit there on ATNF. That was a pretty good read on that one. I'm happy that I was able to read that. It's been a minute, we haven't been doing much trading lately. Just kind of working on getting everything going here in Hawaii and getting set up. But right now, pretty much, we're looking at Eeiq out of the halt here, being like that $20 area resistance, 2050, we'll say, pretty much like 2050, $21. So we'll see what happens here once this reopens and if it wants to get going again. And we'll give it a second. I'd say, and see if this can't make a move out of the halt. It was halted at 9:30, so it should reopen here pretty much any second, I'd say, right? You see the market timing here, just so you guys can see. This is real time. This is not like, pre-recorded or anything like that. So I guess we're recording it in live time, in real time here. Still keeping an eye on the scanner right now. WAFU is really popping off there on the scanner and getting the volume going here up there to 1075 right now. So I'm kind of looking to see what happens here. You can see the big kind of sell-off this morning after getting up there really all the way to the $36 area. But right now looking a little bear trap here, a little bull trap here. We'll see what happens at $10 if this is going to get going. We'll see what happens. That previous resistance there, 984 area, kind of holding us as a little bit of a consolidation area right now. This is the 1 minute chart. You can look at the 5 minute chart, not looking as tasty on the 5-minute chart there. So we need to see this thing kind of show us some strength here. Right now, $8 acting as support there on the 5-minute chart. Pretty clear to see that. So let's see what can get going here. If it can get going, we can get going. Let's keep going. Something get going here. So WAFU halted to the downside now. Like I said, looking a little pumpy dumpy there. Eeiq still halted, so that should reopen here. Maybe a 10-minute halt on Eeiq. I don't know what's going on with all these crazy stocks right now. These education stocks, but they're doing something this morning. But looking at the scanner still, you can see these are the top gappers this morning. Eeiq, WAFU, and ATNF that we are keeping a close eye on. I haven't even looked at MX yet. What's up with MX? MX, I'm not sure what is happening. Okay, there we go. MX this morning at the $26 area right now, kind of jumping around there. But at open, you can see just selling off from 26.70 down there. 26 right now, trying to hold there. Let's see what happens. ATNF still halted to the downside there. So those top gappers this morning, all just kind of getting dumped here at open. ATNF, like we said, was the one that we traded earlier. And then FEDU just totally getting washed out there. And EEIQ still halted. WAFU getting halted to the downside there as well. So we're kind of staying away from the danger zone right now. Staying away from the danger zone, my friends. That's what it's all about. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Do, 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 do. Staying alive. All right, all right. So MX, not really moving there. Not sure what the news is on MX. What's the news here? Oh, okay. Yeah, so MX is a deal to go private. Yeah, so that's not really going to be much of a crazy move on MX. TLS just popped up on the scanner there. TLS up there to the $38 area. This one gapping up from 31 this morning to 35. Volume still really light here. Only 377,000 shares traded. That's something that we're really focused on as well. We want to see a lot of volume because that's telling us that there's a lot of people trading it. There's action. There's going to be buyers. There's going to be sellers. There's going to be volatility. We need volatility. We need action. We need volume. All right, my friends, we need volume. So ATNF reopening here from the halt. So I think WAFU should reopen. Or what was the, yeah, no, EEIQ still hasn't reopened. Huh. It was halted. Okay, so maybe it should reopen here at 9:40:23. So it was a 10-minute halt. It should reopen here in about 10 seconds. We'll see what happens if it can gap above that $20 area. EEIQs, there it goes, squeezing up there, 22 now. Let's see what happens here. If it's going to go for another halt, we'll try to jump in there at 23 on this halt. I think it's going to get halted to the upside again. So we got halted to the upside there. Got a terrible fill, actually. So we got another 10-minute halt probably on this. But we should get another move to the upside here. Volume just really ramping up here on EEIQ this morning from $18 up there to 21. You can see the volume on this bar being 39,000 and then here being 114,000. So we're looking for this to open up from the halt, obviously at a higher price, being that probably looking like $26 area here on EEIQ when it reopens on the halt. So we've got I probably think maybe a 5-minute halt. It was halted at 9:40:44. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on here and see if it can't get going again out of the halt. I like that I got filled at 23.39. That's funny. Hey, they didn't even get that. The price never even got that high. How did I get filled at such a bad fill? Oh, man. Oh, man. FEDU kind of bouncing around there. The SPY this morning on the rise up there, green right now. The SPY and WAFU, ATNF. Look at ATNF, really just done. Like I said, if it couldn't hold that 1020 area, the low of that candle being 1020, that was like a very clear sign. 1020 needing to hold, and ding, 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 ding. Look at it down there to 877. So Hopefully you're not still holding this one. If you're watching the video and you're holding the bag on ATNF, I'm sorry about you. But it's been nothing but selling ever since that 1022 break. And we identified that pretty clearly. So we're looking for Eeiq to reopen here in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Hopefully it's only a 5-minute halt. Sometimes they do 10-minute halts, and sometimes they do 5-minute halts. I'm never really sure why. I guess depending on the volatility, sometimes they do it differently, but sometimes it just makes really no sense why they choose the different time frames. You can see all these stocks that are popping up on the scanner: NEU, GRFS, and RH popping up there on the Extreme Master Blaster Trade Idea Scanner. There's a link down in the description if you want to learn more about trade ideas, getting the best scanner to be alerted when these stocks make big moves. You can see RH this morning going from 536 up there to 558 currently. Let's see what happens here on Eeiq this morning. It broke above 20 and just went straight to the moon right there. You can see so far this is the first 1-minute candle of the day, and then the next 1-minute candle. So definitely got a pretty bad fill there, but we'll see if we can ride this momentum. It really just didn't want to have any pullback there. Just wanted to keep going. So we're going to look to see if we can make this pop off. So we got VIPS here popping up on the scanner as well, really kind of going off there on the Momo scanner. You can see VIPS, a lot of alerts coming out there on this thing. I haven't really just now saw it on the scanner. Wasn't paying attention to it earlier because it kind of didn't really do much. It kind of went into the red this morning down there to the $28, but you can see now pushing, just going straight to the moon again, up there to $34, which is kind of interesting. Not really sure what is going on here. Big sell-off from 44 down there to 30 recently, but this morning really kind of taken off again here from 28 up there to 34 now. Interesting. I guess I call that the pump and the dump and the pump. The dump and then the pump. Interesting. A new strategy for us to be keeping an eye on here. So we should reopen in about 1 minute here on Eeiq. You can see this crazy mover this morning. Eeiq. Cannot figure out what the float is here on Eeiq. It must be small. All right, so we're going to reopen here on Eeiq. Hopefully, we're obviously going to look for never a good sign when you're saying hopefully. But there we go. We're going to sell there. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Squeezing up now to 27.50, getting halted again. So that worked out really nice. I'll be honest, it definitely wasn't the best execution of my life. But hey, we'll take it. You can see, look at that gap from 23 up there to 27.50. So beautiful move there. And I'm pretty happy with that. We've been trading for a total of 20 minutes. It's currently 9:50 in the morning. We started here at 9. Well, we'll say we've been trading for 30 minutes. Okay. So looking at our profits for the day, obviously, like I said, this is in the simulator, so I'm not like trying to brag about this or anything like that by any means, guys. But you can see here making 24.72, and looking at the breakdown here, just so you can see a little bit better on what that was made on. So you can see there, we made $292 there on ATNF, and then Eeiq making $2,180 there. So yeah, I guess I can still do it. I can still make it happen, my friends. I can still make it happen. I'm excited to get everything all dialed in here in Hawaii, get everything set up, and kind of get back into the rhythm of things. I think it's good to kind of obviously get everything going and getting the system and everything all set up and using the simulator to get everything going again here and set up. And then, once we feel like we're back in the zone, start trading with real money, and that'll be coming soon. I think I'll be trading some futures here as well, kind of dabbling in futures again, just because I think there's some potential with futures and obviously with trading the stocks and all that. But Eeiq, look at this thing. It's just going to the moon right now. Pretty impressive. I'm actually really impressed on how this thing went from 20 to 27 just like that. And like I said, I didn't even get that good of a buy on it, but it's halted again, probably for another 10-minute halt. So we're gonna just sign out here and walk away with the green day here, and getting everything going again. So like I said, just getting back into the zone, getting things going again, and trading here this morning real time with you guys and talking about these stocks that we're watching on the scanner and all that fun stuff. And as you can see here, if you go back, Atnf, this was the stock that I talked about. We traded earlier. We made money on it, but look at it now, down there to $8.23. Like I said, looking at that 1 minute chart, that 1020 area was very crucial to hold, very, very important to hold. So Atnf selling off, that was one we looked at. WAFU trying to push back now from that $8 area up there to $13.19. So a lot of these stocks kind of doing some like selling off and then really kind of rebounding here this morning. So not a bad morning for volatility, but kind of an interesting one in terms of these stocks kind of just not really holding pre-market and then just going straight to the moon at open. So interesting to see. Yeah. Except for Atnf was kind of the difference because it went from 779 up there to 1060 this morning. So there it is. Using the trade ideas scanner this morning to find the hottest and the greatest, latest, and the hottest and stocks and all that fun stuff. So there's a link down below. You can check out trade ideas. You can also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So there it is. I'll talk to you guys later on.